Good morning. This is Sunil Kumar, Joint Secretary, Mrs. Vartika Shukla, CMD EIL, Shukla Mistry, Director Refineries, Gurmeet Singh, Mr. Mitra, Soni Saab, Bansal Saab, Mahitra Saab, Garg Saab, and their distinguished colleagues. My job has been made very simple by Mr. Gurmeet Singh, who has given elaborate details of the refinery sector. But let me first congratulate the Energy and Climate Initiative Society and FIPI, and Governing Council led by Madam Vartika Shukla and Mr. Mitra for planning and organizing this global meet, which I certainly see is a wide scale. So thank you very much for organizing this seminar and inviting me. The organizations become mature and become sustained if they sustain for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. But it appears that this initiative is 5 years. 5 editions have already taken place, so we have matured enough. So congratulations to ENCIS and FIPI. We all know that petrochemical industry is an enabling sector, and virtually all sectors of economy, including agriculture, infrastructure, health, depend on us, and they can't survive without petrochemical and petroleum sector. We are going to be a 5 trillion economy very soon. Manufacturing will contribute 1 trillion, and this sector has to play a critical role. So let's examine this sector and see what are the issues which we have to address. He has already mentioned we are 250 million ton refinery capacity, nearly 11-12 million ton of polymers, polyethylene, polypropylene together. We are little deficit in polymers, surplus in refinery. And it has not happened in a day. It has happened over the years. At one time we were deficit. We all worked together to reach a position where we are surplus and we are meeting all the country's requirement. Very simple. The way Mr. Gurmeet Singh was mentioning about growth, the numbers, the investment, we feel that one world-scale refinery, 10-12 million ton, has to come every year for next 7 years. And one cracker of 1 million ethylene have to come every year next few years to meet our demand. So that's the investment. That's the one we are talking. It's a big number. He was talking billions. I don't know. It is too big a number, but it is what you know better. So that's one part we have been working for. And rest all are working, those who are having a refinery, running a refinery, they are all optimizing, they are all making technology improvement, catalyst improvement, and you are all supporting them to how to get maximum out of the existing assets. And we have done a good job. I mean, we can be placed anywhere in the earth. One day Mr. Mittal asked me, he was a little concerned that, how good is our refinery. So he asked me that, if you put your refinery in Europe, will it function? I mean, depending on environment consideration, et cetera. And then we checked up. Our rules are better than anywhere on the earth. So our refinery can easily operate anywhere on earth. So we are world class. So various reports will say that we are good and we are going to improve and we are improving. So again, that's a given thing now. All these seminars previously were working on this. And we still work on this, how to improve ourselves. So far, so good. But now, suddenly, the last few years, everybody is now talking about O2C. Okay? So we are all, everybody, in this room you talk everybody, and everybody who is having a refinery or petrochemical will be talking. We are 10%, 20%, 30, 40, we will be talking to each other on beating the other one, But that's the game which everybody is now saying. And yesterday there was a meeting. The Minister of Petrochemical took a meeting, and the theme was again how to integrate further. And the simple question he was asking, what the government should do to improve integration. And why are we stopping at petrochemical? Why not chemicals and not specialty chemicals? Why not the pharmaceuticals? And that was the theme. So everybody is now working on integrating because we see value and we see, risk mitigation measures. So good. No questions. And now, last few years, I don't know, pandemic or just before pandemic, everybody was talking EVs. In this room, everybody will say, oil is going to last forever. In this room, and most of the people will have opinion that, diesel is not going to go away. All this EV is a thing which of future, nothing to hide us. Because we are all dealing in oil. And we wish, hope, and so our job is at stake. We wish and hope that it continues. And that's why our mindset. I may be wrong, some people may be thinking differently, but that's the general oil sector feeling. It may not so. It may not be so. People are talking of degrowth. At one time, every refinery was trying to maximize diesel. Every. And now every refinery is thinking how to get rid of diesel. Just see and that's happened in a few years' time. We don't know, I want answers. I have no solutions. There has to be a clarity in our thought, in everybody's thought, that where are we? If there is a clarity, then we will do accordingly. So the debate should be on what is the future of refineries, especially the diesel. The rest of the product can be sold. So that's the one question which I'm posing in front of you. The next question is carbon neutrality. 5 years back in the seminar, I don't think that there was any emphasis on this. Everybody is talking fossil fuel is bad. All these big companies, BP, Shell, all that company, they are saying that we will become carbon neutral by this date. Everybody has put a target. Everybody is working on this. They are not saying that they are refinery companies. They are only saying we are green company. Suddenly, the acceleration is toward green and clean, and this is becoming a bad thing. Is it a bad thing? We are all surviving because of this, and we will be surviving because of it. It is not a bad thing. It is going to continue. But the perception in the mind of people is that. So it's our duty to, number one, work for carbon neutrality, work to make sure that we don't emit carbon dioxide or the greenhouse gases, make sure that whatever we do is environmentally friendly, climate friendly. However, at the same time, educate the world that, or ourselves that, this is not as bad as people think. Other thing is going to hit us hard is, ESG. Again, 5 years back, I don't think that everybody was talking about ESG. Everybody is talking. And everybody wants to beat other. It's a good thing. It is to minimize the impact on environment and communities, have fairness, business transparency. It's all good thing. It's nothing wrong. And we all do it. Each one of us in each of the companies is doing many things on ESG. They're not publicizing. Some of them are publicizing. But that's a good thing. But then imposing restrictions is something we have to be very careful. What all things will come, we don't know. We have to be careful on what is expected out of us. We should be clear on what is expected, and accordingly we should be moving. Everybody is going, gaga on this. Everything costs money. Everything, one has to pay for it. So we have to be very optimizing our efforts to make sure that we are ESG compliant and we are not overdoing things. I'm going to hit with one more, green hydrogen. Again, fashion. If you are not talking hydrogen, then you are off. So that's suddenly hydrogen has become, such a great thing. I don't know. I was just calculating one day that, supposing all our refineries, 250 million ton, has to use green hydrogen, we may have to invest 4.3 lakh crore. 4.3 lakh crore. For Euro 6, he mentioned we were very efficient. We spent only 43,000 crore. And that will go waste. Doesn't matter. We have to further invest 4.3 lakh crore. Basically 1.3 lakh crore for electrolyzers and all that, and the rest for solar. It's a huge amount. And somebody has to pay for this. The consumer will have to pay for this. Nobody is talking that, diesel prices may go up by 1-2 rupees and petrol prices will accordingly go up. It is good, but let us wait. Let us develop R&D. Currently, hydrogen is a lot of work people are working. And the cost is high, After some time, it will become a little more economical because a lot of R&D efforts will be put. And I think all of us are doing something in R&D. Let's accelerate that step. I'm not against hydrogen. I'm only saying that, it should be developed and accordingly adopted. It should be done in phases. We are all in for it. However, it should be done on phases, and a lot of effort need to be done on R&D. Now, as I mentioned, that we are on petrochemicals. Everybody is talking petrochemicals. If one has a FCC, he has to put a PP plant. So that's the in thing, already gone. But the society has come up, plastic is bad. Don't use plastic. Serious campaign. Is plastic bad? Can you survive a day without plastic? It's a wonderful material. I mean, it can replace any material in quality and price, or it is better. And suddenly plastic is bad. The good thing has happened that, now government has decided what is bad. Single-use plastic is bad. So that's a very positive aspect of it, that, plastic is a single-use plastic we don't want to use it. But, it should be clarified by us to the society that, what is the good things and bad things. Bad thing is, our waste management is bad. We have to improve our waste management. We have to do a lot of recycling. India does 60% of recycled material. We don't know. This is an unorganized sector, all these bigger sector. But this has to be emphasized that, plastic is good for us. We will do more efforts for reprocessing, recycling, and also we will do more on making sure that it is recycled and does not litter, waste management. Okay, so far, for the problems. And the good thing, I was talking to ITs, and that's the one which we are I was very encouraged to see digitization in last few years. Everybody is talking. Everybody is, full of people who with IT background. All refineries are full of it. They are all talking about good number. Data analytics, AI, ML, IIoT, augmented reality, virtual reality. You name it, and everybody is doing it. If somebody says his refinery is not doing it, I will be very surprised. Here, there is a lot of money, and I can say that, in HMEL we did many things, and it is giving a good effort, both in terms of profitability, in terms of safety, in terms of process improvement. So a lot of good things. So that's the one I think, we should all be working and getting full benefit. India is full of IT people. You can't have more IT experts than in India than anywhere else in the world. So let's make full use of the presence and make full use of this IT. Many opportunities, many challenges. Wherever the challenge is, this sector, at least I can say, has come up and has beaten all the challenges which we have, and we have come out with the flying colors. With the people I see here in this room and on the stage and elsewhere, I'm sure that, we will all overcome all these challenges and come out with a flying color. Thank you very much.